latest Marquette Law School poll of Wisconsin registered voters was released yesterday.
After multiple hearings and wall-to-wall news coverage, it appears that Wisconsinites are not budging much about impeachment. The director of the Marquette Law School poll, Charles Franklin, is here to break down the latest numbers. Hi, Charles. Good to see you. So what was the impeachment question that you asked?
Whether Trump should be impeached and removed from office. 40% yes, 52% no. 1% said they volunteered that they thought he should be impeached but not removed, but it was 1%. Last month it was 40 to 53, so almost no movement at all on that, despite 2 weeks of public testimony laying out the case and now consideration. But it just has not moved. People have made up their minds. They're hearing their side of the argument, and it's not moving them much either way.
Yeah, that's what I was going to follow up with, is what do you make of those numbers? But it's just that people have perhaps already made up their minds and grounded in it.
It certainly seems that the partisan divide is strong and hasn't moved over this last month. Also, on the facts of the case, did Trump ask Ukraine for an investigation? 52% say he did. But that's the same as last month. Did he withhold military aid to pressure Ukraine? 44% say he did. That is up 3 points from 41%. That's the biggest move that we see. And finally, did he do something seriously wrong or nothing wrong at all? 42 seriously wrong, 37 not wrong at all. Unchanged.
Given the developments today, do you think that that would potentially move the needle or not?
It's hard to see how the committee vote and presumably the House will vote for impeachment, how that provides any new information that voters didn't have before. I thought the new information from the testimony might have moved people in this last month. They heard pretty compelling, direct testimony from a number of witnesses. But this is compatible with the idea that the testimony they're hearing and the arguments both for impeachment and against simply resonate with where they already were before this started, and it's simply reinforcing those opinions, not shifting people.
Yeah. Speaking of close races and close, things being kind of the same here, but a little different, we looked at President Trump versus his potential competitors, and the biggest one, I think, was Joe Biden, and seeing, some significance there.
We're seeing a close race. If you think of the last 3 months, in October we had the Democrats slightly ahead of Trump, mostly inside the margin of error. Then last month it moved to Trump slightly ahead, again mostly inside the margin of error. This time it's dead even. Biden ahead by 1, Trump leads Sanders by 2, and Trump leads Warren, Buttigieg, and Cory Booker by 1 point each.
Wow.
So they're essentially
very
tied. They're all tied in a state that both sides need to win.
That's exactly right. This is what a toss-up looks like when across each of the candidates, no one has a special strength. When we put Cory Booker on, this is somebody who's not broken out in the Democratic primary, but he runs just as strongly against Trump as Warren and Buttigieg do. This is two parties very aligned, very locked into their votes, and at least at the moment, the particular candidates don't make much difference.
And in the primary, the Democratic choice is still Joe Biden. He's still polling on top.
Biden is still in first place. He's fallen a little bit, but he's still in the low 20s instead of the mid to upper 20s, still first place, as he has been in all 4 of the times we've asked. Followed by Sanders, and then, followed by Sanders, Warren, and Buttigieg, all closely bunched together between 19 and 15. So it's a close race there. Buttigieg has risen a bit. Biden come down a little bit. Sanders and Warren haven't moved a whole lot.
And as we've said many times before, it's a long way to go.
It is.
Yeah,
it's coming up fast, though.
I know. It'll be here before we know it, but it seems also so far. Thank you so much for breaking it down
All
for
right.
us.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
See you in the new year.
Yeah, that's right. We'll see you next year.
Coming up.